Please state your name and address for the record, and you have 4 minutes.
Dennis Anderson, Pasco. I'm always the math guy, the engineer guy that raises the I can't figure out why this doesn't make sense questions. 15,840 gallons of water is what's not making sense to me. I'm assuming it's a 24-hour period. If you do the math, that's 660 gallons an hour. That's 11 gallons a minute. That's 2 strong garden hoses. It's less water than would come out of that sprinkler head. When you've got a combined cycle plant pushing 500 megawatt, you have a big-ass airplane engine that's hooked to a generator. And that gas turbine is generating the lion's share of it through the generator, but all that waste heat goes through a big boiler called a HRSG, heat recovery steam generator. And I'm guessing that's going to produce maybe 100 megawatt or a little more of the total. In my youth, going through power plants, you might have had 3 boilers and 3 turbo generators to get that much power. It's not a tiny piece of equipment. It's a big boiler. The heat source is from the big gas turbine. That thing's full of water, the steam comes off, it goes through the various pressure levels of the steam turbine to spin a generator to make the rest of the power. 100 megawatts. That's a lot of power. It's a lot of steam. Tens of thousands of pounds of steam per hour. A pound of steam weighs the same as a pound of water. Just takes up 1,700 times as much space, and it's a lot hotter. After you've used the steam through high pressure and intermediate pressure and low pressure stages, it has to be condensed and cooled and turned back into water. There's always losses. We're moving a lot of water through this process. If you walk through these, they're shh. Well, you have makeup water. It's got to be perfectly pure, deionized, demineralized, or you're going to do all kinds of damage to these highly machined surfaces. The steam purity, water purity is critical. So they have to add makeup water that's properly treated to the condensate that returns, and it goes right back through the whole process. I've never seen a feed water pump that only has to take 11 gallons of new water to make up for what's lost. I'm finding it, you can show me calculations with a PE stamp, and my engineering brain goes, I can't get there from here. I can't believe a couple garden hoses is all the makeup water we need to be generating over 100 megawatts of power out of the steam end of this thing. So what's the point? You've been listening to it. I would really, on the whole water plant thing, I'd really want to see some proof that we're talking 2 truckloads a day. Because this isn't adding up in my head for the amount of power that's going to come out of even the steam turbine end of this thing. And that doesn't even get into running on diesel. You got a 2.8 million gallon tank. You're only going to use 15,000 gallons a day. 2 truckloads will keep this thing full. I know there's other uses of that water, but there's something not passing the common sense test. You already heard it, 350 trucks just to fill it. 2 trucks a day is not passing muster in my head. Thank you, and Merry Christmas.